my review for Transformers Universe Special Edition Megatron. For those that didn't watch my Special Edition Optimus Prime review, I got my Special Edition figures at a store called Marshall's, which is selling them for $10. So if you don't want to pay eBay prices for these figures but still want them, I definitely recommend you pick them up at Marshall's because they're really decent figures and really worth having. Anyway, we'll take a real quick look at his box. I won't go over the box in as much detail as I did before, seeing as it pretty much is the same box as Optimus Prime's. It's got the same black cardboard, the same Transformers Universe logo done up in chrome, same chrome faction symbol, nice glossy artwork of Megatron holding his pistol and looking wicked awesome, a raised cardboard Decepticon symbol, Megatron written out in chrome letters down here, Optimus Prime and Overkill have the co-seals. For whatever reason, they depict Overkill in his T-Rex mode, which I don't really get, but oh well, what can you do? On the back, there's box art of Megatron transforming. On the other side, it's got a smaller version of the box art on the front. You can open it up. It's got that same plastic clamshell design that allows you to display your figures in box if you wish. It's also got Megatron's tech spec and bio, as well as a nice drawn-in picture of Megatron. So these are really nice boxes. I really, really like these boxes. They definitely designed them with the collector in mind, which is nice. On the figure itself, it is a repaint of the Classics Ultimate Battle Megatron. That figure was done up in G2 Megatron colors, which is appropriate, seeing as he is a tank like G2 Megatron. But this one's done up in a more G1S color scheme, which I admit, when I first saw him, I wasn't too thrilled with him, but I figured since I bought Optimus, I might as well buy him. And honestly, I really, really am impressed with how good this color scheme works. The white, the black, the red, and the gray, they all mesh together really, really well and look really cool. And actually, if you ask me, it looks better than the original paint scheme, even though the original paint scheme was fairly cool. Anyway, it does have a rotating turret, rotates all the way around with no problem. What's neat is it has these little pegs right here, this one's mostly for his robot mode, but anyway, and they allow the turret to, rest in place when you're not rotating it, which to me is pretty cool. The barrel does go up and down. It would have this little red claw-like piece on the end, but I took it off because it popped off real easy anyway, and it looked a little out of place, and I like it better this way. It also has this little gun, which I usually don't have him use because he ends up having an arm cannon, and I think it's unnecessary for him to have this little pistol, so I just put it in a box, and I'll probably end up giving it to Animated RC since she's going to be my Classics RC. That's about it for tank mode, except it does roll fairly well. And even though it doesn't have the working treads, it still has the detailing in it, which is nice. To transform it, I find it easiest to take this little red trigger piece right here and just lift it off to the side. Might be best to straighten out the turret first. Anyway, that'll free up the arm and allow you to rotate it off to the side like so. Do the same over here. And then you want to rotate it around like so. You want to peg this gray piece in place, and then to lock it in, you want to take his shoulders and place them in these little indentations on the sides of the tank, like so, and like so. And then for this arm, you can flip this out, and flip it down, and you can press the red trigger piece and have him do an Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber deflection attack type thing. I usually don't have him do that because I think it looks stupid. What I usually do is, on the right side of this trigger, there's a tab right here and a little raised piece of plastic right there, and I usually just flip the turret onto there, or I guess the barrel. It's not really the turret, is it? I flip the turret onto there, and it locks in fairly well. You can place it on other pieces on the arm, but it seems to fit best here, so might as well. Then you want to flip this around so his fist is revealed. And then for his lower body, you want to bend this down once, and then bend it down again so his lower body is revealed. Then you want to split his legs, flip his feet up. Someone said his feet were backwards, and if they are, it really doesn't bother me, but it would be really easy to just take a screwdriver and take the screw out and flip the feet around, but like I said, it doesn't really bother me, so I'm not going to do anything about it. Then you want to flip this feet up, flip this foot up, sorry. Anyway, and there you have Megatron in his robot mode. Fairly decent posability. His head does go 360. I wish it was on a ball joint, but it's alright. It does have shoulders that go 360. He bends, or rather goes in and out at the lower part of the shoulder. He does bend at the elbow, and has a mid-bicep swivel. He does have waist articulation, which is both awesome and really surprising because a guy with his type of transformation usually wouldn't have waist articulation. He does have ball jointed hips, mid-thigh swivel. He does bend at the knee. and his feet go up and down, and his front foot goes up and down. So fairly decent posability. You can definitely get some cool poses out of him. For size comparison, here he's next to Galvatron. They're about the same size which makes sense since Megatron is Galvatron is the future version of Megatron. And here he is next to his rival, or nemesis, I suppose is the better term, Optimus Prime. And I know a lot of people complain that both of these figures are out of scale with other figures. To me, it doesn't matter as long as Prime and Megatron are in scale, or at least in scale enough to where you don't notice that the one is taller than the other, like in the case with ROTF Prime and Megatron. But anyway, there you go. It's a very, very cool figure. I definitely recommend him. I definitely recommend both the special edition figures. I do think Megatron is the more solidly built of the two, but you definitely want Optimus Prime if you get Megatron, and vice versa. So there you go. My look at Transformers Universe Special Edition Megatron. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.